And for Hull City this evening, 2 changes. Matt Ingram dropped again, so George Long back in for his 45th of the 46 games in the league this season. A change out wide. James Scott comes in for Josh McGuinness in the same system, but will it have a different result this evening? And one thing about tonight's game is that Cardiff, of course, who won promotion 2 seasons ago, have still kept quite a lot of that squad, and the players that they've brought in since have that promotion mentality. Here's Glatzel. He'll fancy it from range, and George Long is called upon. It was a ferocious strike. The man who scored at the KCOM testing Long early.
Yeah, it's a good save, isn't it, from George Long? That'll do his confidence the world of good. Glatzel getting a little bit too much space on the edge of our box there. Angus MacDonald dropping off. But like I say, a good save from Long.
Scott just loses out to Cardiff's top scorer and top assist man, Tomlin. 8 goals and 10 assists for him. He's been key for putting Cardiff where they are in the league table. Big ball forwards, looking for Glatzel, who's escaped his marker. It's just wide of the target. Cardiff trying to get in front early on. Another chance squandered by their number 9.
Oh, it's a big chance, isn't it, for Glatzel? He gets away from Angus MacDonald. He just falls to the ground, steadies himself, but he just drags it past the far post. Got to give credit to Long. He narrows the angle down, gets out quick, but Glatzel can't put it in. Let off for us.
If he finds himself on the ball, second prize would be that he's at least got the opportunity to maybe pick out a teammate rather than go for goal. Here's Mendez-Lang, who finds Glatzel, and in the end he just swings at air. Another great chance. Cardiff now trying to chalk up the chances more readily. Rawls goes to Bennett. Bennett floats it in. Glatzel's header! And George Long does just enough. Pounces on it at the second attempt.
Yeah, it was in the air forever, wasn't it? You know, Glatzel again getting in between people. He's doing that quite a lot at the moment. We need to make sure we're aware of that. It's a good ball in from Bennett. Just hangs it in there. Glatzel's one who gets the contact. Like I say, it was just hung in the air for so long, and George Long gets it at the second attempt.
But Cardiff come again. Hoylett! Hoylett! It's in! The chances have been brewing. And is that the goal that could already seal Hull City's fate to League One?
Oh, it's so disappointing. You know, we have had an half-decent start. We've been pressing high up the pitch. You could see it turning slightly last couple of minutes. You know, Cardiff getting opportunities. Just let Hoylett just drive into our box. Angus MacDonald's got to get over, but he takes a shot across goal, across George Long, and it nestles in that far corner. Grant McCann will be disappointed with it. It's a disappointing goal to give away. He's got too much time there, Junior Hoylett, to steady himself and take the shot on.
Hoylett out wide, now Mendez-Lang. Great energy from the wide men pulling across to either wing. Overloads in the wide areas. That's well worked from Dan Batty. And he can whack it away. Went in search of Tom Eaves, who again was just isolated.
You know, the difference in centre-backs there, getting tight to Tom Eaves compared to our boys.
Wilkes. Cardiff have an extra man. Wilkes goes over inside the penalty area. Plenty of appeals from Hull City players, but both the referee and the linesman completely unmoved.
It's good play, isn't it, from Malacruz? He just throws a dummy at Bennett, and that's a definite penalty, isn't it? There's definitely contact. You know, the left back, Bennett, just leaves his leg in there. Malacruz goes over. For me, that's a definite penalty. He's got that wrong, the referee.
Callum Elder on set-piece duties from the right-hand side, the in-swinger. It's a decent delivery, bobbles around, Stewart tries to get a toe to it, and Cardiff can bring it away. Tomlin, options left and right. Now with Hoylett, waits for Glatzel, passes to Glatzel. Good defending again from Hull City. Basically from Batty, throw yourself at the ball, stop it being 2-0, and that's what he did.
It's fantastic defending from Dan Batty. You know, Glatzel's, he's defending in his own box there. He's made up the legs, the orders to get there. He's just trying to slide that under George Long. Dan Batty, life-saving tackle, just times it to perfection, doesn't he?
Another chance for Cardiff. Morrison, free header! 2-0 Cardiff! If you leave a centre-half totally exposed like that, you're going to be punished. And Hull City are now staring relegation very much in the face. The door is open for them to walk through. Cardiff 2 up before half-time.
Just shows our defensive insecurities, doesn't it? Morrison gets away from Ryan Tafazoli way too easily. It's a good ball into the mixer from Benny. But it's a free header. He's 7 yards out. He's not going to miss the target from there. And he puts Cardiff 2-0 up. It's a straight run. Tafazoli's in no man's land. And he just buries it into the corner of the net.
Morrison. It's well won by Hull. Oh, a little bit of a lapse there from Marlon Pack as Wilt goes on. But Morrison, with the captain's mentality, he made the mistake, made up for it with a crunching but well-timed tackle.
Oh, it was a good tackle, wasn't it? Just had a break on.
Well, the flag has stayed down. Mendes Lang, he cuts back inside, and George Long makes the save. Needed to, but Mendes Lang should definitely have made it 3.
Too easy again. Angus MacDonald, recovering defender, gets across. Just gets sold too easily. Let's let Mendes Lang get the shot away. George Long gets us out of trouble.
Batty given time and space. He's gone for the long ball into the path of Wilkes. Honeyman, and it was just a little bit too high for Tom Eaves, but the chance still alive for Hull City. James Scott back to Elder. Scott really with not much space to work with. Elder. Honeyman. The cross finally comes in. It's De Silva's header. Wilkes. Now Scott. Good block from Morrison. The spin. Wilkes. Good save from Smithies. Malik Wilkes with a great chance. Hull City kept it alive, but not hitting the back of the net this time.
Yeah, it's a fantastic chance. We had a couple of bites of the cherry, didn't we? First of all, it's Scott. Great defending from Morrison. Gets the block in. George Honeyman keeps it alive, and Malik Wilkes on the volley. Good save from Smithies. Low down to his left. It's better. There's not real quality coming into the box, you know. We're just putting in areas, and it just shows what you can actually create. It's a good save off Smithies, though.
McDonald. Now De Silva. Big ball forward, searching for Keane Lewis Potter, and he's brought it down delightfully. Nice turn from him as well. That's a great ball in. Samuelson was just the wrong side of the defensive man. But you can see there that even though he hasn't got as much experience, Keane Lewis Potter, that may just be a showcase of ability for seasons to come in a black and amber shirt.
Yeah, it certainly will be. You know, it's a fantastic play from Keane Lewis Potter. Just twist Joe Bennett up here, right, and then onto his left, and then puts a lovely ball into that danger area.
Hull City, as things stand since New Year's Day, looking at the same points total as Doncaster Rovers picked up in 1998, which is the lowest in the 3-point era. They only registered 9 points, and 3 of those were against Hull City in their only home league victory back in the basement of the Football League. And Hull City, sadly, are going to share that tally. Tomlin. Worked over. Into the box it comes. Terrell not getting the necessary touch, and then Tomlin goes over. A free kick right on the edge of the box. Cardiff going to rub a little bit of salt into the wounds. Big save from George Long, but a chance maybe for 3, and there it is. Cardiff have found a way through. One of the substitutes, Danny Ward, has made it 3 points, 3 goals, and if it wasn't certain already, Hull City now have more misery piled on. 3-0.
Yeah, it's a terrible goal to give away. You know, Joe Bennett hits it well. Long can push that out, I feel, a little bit more. Leo Da Silva's got to do better as it comes out toward. You know, it's too easy for him to sort of just bring this inside and just get a strike away. And we find ourselves 3-0 down.
Smithies clears it away. And that's it. The final whistle goes, and for Hull City it goes for the final time as a championship team for now. They couldn't do their end of the bargain. They could not look after themselves here in the capital of Wales. Cardiff are in the playoffs and potentially on their way to the Premier League. But for Hull City, they're going to have to do what Cardiff are doing this year in their championship. They're going to have to come again, and they're going to have to pull themselves together and go again in the third tier for the first time since 2005. Hull City's disastrous 2020 signed off with a performance and a result really which solidified how Hull City played in 2020. For Neil Harris and Cardiff, the show goes on. They've got a part to play. But for Hull City, it is the end of the road for this chapter. And what a chapter it has been. McDonald, as you would very much expect, looks distraught. So too does Dan Batty. The realisation is now setting in. Some of these players will have to come again, some of them won't. But in the end, it was just too much on the night.